Last words of the U.S. presidents. George Washington, "'Tis well." John Adams, Jefferson still lives, but Thomas Jefferson actually died that same day in Virginia. Thomas Jefferson, his last recorded words are, "No, doctor, nothing more." James Madison, "Nothing more than a change of mind, my dear." His last words were in response to his niece, who asked, "What is the matter?" His family never knew what he meant. James Monroe, "I regret that I should leave this world without again beholding him." He meant his best friend, James Madison. This is the last of earth. I am content. Andrew Jackson, "I hope to meet you all in heaven. Be good children, all of you, and strive to be ready when the change comes." Martin Van Buren, "There is but one reliance." William Henry Harrison. Harrison's last words were for Vice President Tyler. "Sir, I wish you to understand the true principles of the government. I wish them carried out. I ask nothing more." John Tyler, "Doctor, I am going. Perhaps it is best." James K. Polk, "I love you, Sarah. For all eternity, I love you." Zachary Taylor, "I am about to die. I expect the summons very soon. I have tried to discharge my duties faithfully. I regret nothing, but I am sorry that I am about to leave my friends." Millard Fillmore, as he was being fed soup in bed, Fillmore said, "The nourishment is palatable." Franklin Pierce, there are no recorded last words from Pierce. However, we know that he had a very tragic life and died from cirrhosis of the liver because of his heavy drinking. James Buchanan, "O Lord Almighty, as thou wilt." Abraham Lincoln, "She won't think anything about it." Him and Mary were sitting close together and were holding hands. Lincoln was responding to Mary asking, "What will Miss Harris think of my hanging on to you so?" John Wilkes Booth would enter the presidential box just 5 minutes later. Andrew Johnson, "Oh, do not cry. Be good children, and we shall meet in heaven." Ulysses S. Grant, "Water. He died of throat cancer." Rutherford B. Hayes, "I know that I am going where Lucy is." Lucy was his wife, who passed away in 1889. James Garfield, "Oh, Swaim, this terrible pain. Press your hand on it. Oh, Swaim, can't you stop this? Oh, Swaim." He had been shot 79 days before and died from an excruciating infection. Chester Alan Arthur, according to a friend, his last words were, "Life is not worth living." Grover Cleveland, "I have tried so hard to do right." Benjamin Harrison, "Are the doctors here? Doctor, my lungs." William McKinley, "Goodbye all, goodbye. It is God's way. His will be done, not ours." Theodore Roosevelt, "James, will you please put out the light?" James was his valet. William Howard Taft, no last words are recorded. However, we do know he died of complications of heart disease, high blood pressure, and inflammation of the bladder. Woodrow Wilson, "I am a broken piece of machinery. When the machine is broken, I am ready." He was speaking to his wife, Edith. Warren G. Harding, "That's good. Go on. Read some more." He was speaking to his wife, Florence, who was reading the Saturday Evening Post to him. Calvin Coolidge, "Good morning, Robert." He was speaking to a carpenter working on his house. Herbert Hoover, no one knows his last words, but his last written words were a get-well letter to Harry Truman 6 days before his death. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, "I have a terrific headache." Harry S. Truman, no last words are known for Truman because he was a very private man after his presidency. Dwight D. Eisenhower, "I've always loved my wife, my children, and my grandchildren, and I've always loved my country. I want to go." John F. Kennedy, Nellie Connolly, wife of Texas Governor John Connolly, said, "Mr. President, you can't say Dallas doesn't love you." JFK answered, "No, they sure can't." These were his last words before he was assassinated. Lyndon B. Johnson, "Send Mike immediately." Mike was his Secret Service agent. Richard Nixon, "Help." He died from a stroke. Gerald Ford, his last words are unknown. He died in 2006 at 93 years old. Jimmy Carter, he is 99 years old. He is the oldest living former president. Ronald Reagan, his last words are unknown. He died of Alzheimer's at 93 years old. He battled Alzheimer's for 10 years while his wife Nancy served as his caregiver. He fell into a coma 5 days before he died, and Nancy held his hand for most of that time. Seconds before his death, he opened his eyes and looked directly at Nancy, and then passed away. George Bush, "I love you too." He was replying to his son, George W. Bush. All of the rest of the presidents are still living.